Hey y'all, it's the field review of the Sightmark Photon RT. Here we go.
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake.
Hey y'all, it's HansETX. I appreciate you joining me again this week. Now, my good friends over at Outdoor Legacy Gear gave me a chance to play around with and check out the brand new Sightmark Photon RT. Now, this is the 4.5 to 42S model that I got to run with, and also got a chance to compare it against the XT model, the discontinued model, which the RT is now replacing. So I got a chance to look through both to see the differences, but we're gonna do a complete walk around of this scope in the unit. We're gonna look through it. Got a chance to use it now for the last couple of weeks, and really talk about the differences in the models and some of the features, the highlights, and really what's the best bang for the buck. So really, to start off with, there's 4 different RT models. Like I said, this is the 4.5 to 42S. The base price on this is $549. There's the S models and the non-S models, and real briefly here in a little bit we'll get into the differences. 4.5 by 42S. There's also a 4.5 by 42 non-S. There's a 6.5 by 50S and a 6.5 by 50 non-S. And really the increments on the price goes up really by $50 on every different model. I'm going to put all of this information that you hear and listen to today in the description of the video, so you can go back and check it out. We're going to have links. You can always ask me questions and comment to the video, and I'll be able to give you a good response as far as what I was able to figure out and experience out in the field. But the non-S, quickly, the difference between the S and the non-S models. Now, the S models have and all this is an improvement above the XTs, which is it has an advanced illuminator compared to the XT models. Got a chance to look through this and look through the RT. I'm going to tell you the RT, I could see a lot better through this, a lot further difference. It was brighter. The illuminator worked great on the RT, so I was very pleased with the differences, and we're going to go over some of the more differences from the discontinued unit over to the new one. But really, the difference between the S models and the non-S models. Now, the S models, they have an 850 nanometer infrared wavelength that's sent out, and the non-S models have they have a 940 nanometer infrared illuminator on it. Now, so you would think, wow, the non-S models, they have a higher number nanometer reading. You would think that would be the better scope. Well, and it's also the non-S models are the more expensive scopes. They're $50 more expensive. But what I found out was the exact opposite. I liked the S models, which is great for all of us because it's a little bit cheaper than the non-S models. But the S models, I could actually see and identify at about 250 yard range. And it was brighter, I could see further, and again, I could identify at a further range. The non-S models, it was about 150 yards, and it just wasn't quite as bright as the S models. So really, I found that the S model worked out great and a lot better than I thought it would compared to the higher priced and higher nanometer reading of the non-S model. So that's a very brief description. If you have any questions, like I said, just comment to the video. Now really, to go over the features of the Photon RT, here are the features. Now, it's got internal video recording. Used it many times, very easy. I'll go through the walk around and show you how to do it. Worked great, never had a problem with it at all. You also have the availability of streaming to a smartphone or a tablet to download, upload all your pictures and videos onto your cell phone or tablet. It's got an improved IR Illuminator, which is the difference between the XT model. There's also a 2x digital zoom. Now this unit also is rated for up to 375 H H Recoil, so that's important to know. You're shooting a 308 like I am, it's just fine for it. It's not going to hurt it at all. It also has a optional a rechargeable battery pack, and that's the Pulsar DMV. So regularly it runs off 4 AA batteries, but you can buy that rechargeable battery pack, and that's a great deal, and I'll link to that as well. It has the external power options where you can plug in through the side USB port an external battery pack and a mounting option on the side. It has one-shot zero for the sighting in process. Also, it has 6 reticles with 3 different colors to choose from. So really, those are the highlights of the scope. We are going to walk around it right now, and when I come back, I'm going to talk about what I liked and what I really didn't care for. Okay, now it's time for the walk around. We're going to look at this thing in the light and get a chance to look at all the buttons and all the knobs and see what all kinds of fun things this thing is capable of doing. Now this is the Sightmark Photon RT. This is the 4.5 by 42S model. I know I talked about the differences between the S and non-S models and the other models of the Photon RT. But just really want to go through this quickly on the walk around and kind of show some of these buttons and dials and different things. Now, first of all, these are the Sightmark QD rings, a quick detach where you can pop it on and off, put it on other rifles, and put it back here onto 0 where it'll return it to 0. The quick detach rings are $65 a pair. You can also get some traditional Sightmark tactical rings for $50 a pair, and I will link to those in the description of this video. As far as focusing, there's 2 different focusing rings. The eyepiece focus ring is right here on the front, obviously in the front of the scope. You have the objective focus here on the end. Now this focus is very sensitive. You know, a small turn can turn that focus way in the opposite direction that you want it to be. So very sensitive focus ring, but I found it very effective, and once I got used to how sensitive it was, it wasn't a problem at all. You have the flip open cap that I've seen and had on different scopes, and I'm a big fan of that. I like the flip open cap and don't have to take care and keep track of. That's one less thing I've got to keep track of while I'm out in the field. Again, just looking at some buttons and knobs at the top, we have our menu dial up at the top. One quick push of this will send you into a quick settings mode where you can change your brightness, change your IR levels and your zoom magnification. Holding it down for 3 seconds will send you into an advanced menu mode. You got your power button on and off. You've got your mini USB, which you can directly link this to your laptop to download your videos and pictures. You also, with this scope, have access to the Stream Vision app, where you can wirelessly transfer your videos and your pictures to your smartphone or your tablet. So that's another great feature of these Photon RTs. That is also the place, the mini USB, where you can plug in your external battery pack. And you have a mount right here that you can mount that external battery pack right there. And then moving around to the other side of the scope, you have your battery pack. Now this runs on 4 AA batteries. On regular AA batteries out in the field, I found it to get about 2 hours of life in normal use for just regular AA's. Now this is a rechargeable battery pack. This is the Pulsar DNV. It's a rechargeable battery pack, and you can pick this up, and I'll also link this in the description of the video, but you can pick this up for it's around $75. You get 2 of these packs and the recharge recorder. So that's a pretty good deal, and you get with this out in the field, I can get almost about 3 hours of battery life with this rechargeable unit. So I'll link all that in the description, and that way you can go and check it out. Obviously that just slips right in there very easily. You can take that out. Now we also have our IR Illuminator right here. Now at first it was hard for me to find, but after kind of reading the directions and manuals and looking around, I noticed that there was a little button on the back of this IR Illuminator. That is your record button. That's where you can take pictures and record video right on that button right there. So it's on the back of that Illuminator. But that's the walk around of the scope. There's really no other things on here that I had any questions about. And as far as if you have any questions, please leave a comment about anything on this Photon RT, anything that you have questions on functionality. But we'll get to get a chance to shoot it. You'll get to look through it. We'll shoot, I've shot a hog with it, so I've been able to test it out, and looked through some of these other scopes, this is a good solid unit. I'm shooting it on a 308, sighted it in, shot it many times with this 308. As you know, these AR-10s, they're a beast and they kick like a dang mule. But it held zero. It's a good solid unit. It didn't move at all in these quick detach mounts. So I was very pleased with the way and the quality and the workmanship of the way that it felt and the way that it performed. So let's take a look through the scope and see some images. All right, here's the daytime view. I wanted to give you a chance to see what it looked like during the day. Now, the conditions right now outside, it's cloudy, so not very bright outside, but this is what it looks like during the day, and I'll give you some point of view and some things to look at. Right now, that post right there is at 50 yards away, and then I'll scan over here to that tree line, which that tree line is probably about 200 to 215 yards away to the other edge of that tree line. And I'll go ahead and increase the zoom on that. So that's what it looks like on 9 power. But I just wanted to give you a chance to look at it through the day, give you a chance to see what it looks like in brighter conditions, and give you a chance to see what things look like. All right, quickly we're going to go through the nighttime view of this and the settings and the quick settings in advance very quickly. See if these deer are going to hang out long enough for us to do so. These deer are at about 100 yards right now, maybe a little bit further. If you do a short tap of the menu knob, it sends you to a place where you can adjust the infrared up or down. So it goes all the way from 0 or 1 all the way up to 10, and this is the improved Illuminator from the discontinued XT models. So these are much improved. You can also change the magnification, and again it starts out at 4.5, as well as the brightness from here. So you can change the brightness up or down. I like to keep it about 14, 15, 16 in that area is fine with me. Sorry for the shaking this. I'm holding this freehand. I don't have it mounted on the rifle right now, but I just wanted to show you some deer at about 100 yards at night on a dark night. No moon, like I said. High humidity. It's been raining, but that's a great image and a very good image compared to what I saw through the XT. Definitely an improvement in the IR Illuminator. So that's the night view. I'm gonna get out of here because it's starting to rain, but we're gonna look some more at this scope, and I'll meet you again at the end. All right, y'all, you've walked around the scope, you've looked through it, you've got a chance to see some images with it at different distances, and really to see the setup and the menu of the brand new Sightmark Photon RT. Now I want to talk about what I didn't care for and what I really liked, and I'm gonna start with what I didn't really care for, what I really doesn't suit what the style of hunting that I do or the type of hunting that I do, but it may be different from somebody else in another part of the country that's hunting a different animal. But first of all, I will say that the focus ring, the objective focus on the front is very sensitive. I mean, you've got to be real careful when you're turning that thing, because a small turn could just throw that thing way out of focus. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it is, you're having to twist it back and forth a few times to get it right perfect. It was just a little bit too sensitive for my liking, but that wasn't that big of a deal. Really the main negative about the Sightmark Photons, the digital night vision scope, the one that we're testing out today, the RT, is really that it starts out on 4.5 power magnification. Now I know it's a two power zoom, or 2 times zoom, so it goes from 4.5 up to 9, but it starts out on 4.5. For me, that's a little bit too close of a zoom to start out on. All of my hunting is done. I do 99% hog hunting. I do a little bit of coyote hunting, but where I hunt, it's a very heavily wooded area. You don't have big open fields like you may have out in West Texas or out in the central United States, where you're out there taking 200, 300 yard shots on a coyote, coming up or having a coyote check up at 100, 150 yards, but most of my shots are taken at 50 yards, and I'm taking a shot at a sounder of hogs. So when that magnification starts out at 4.5, that's a little too close for me. I need to have to back up a little bit so I get a wider field of view, and I can get more hogs into the objective here, and I can hopefully get a couple more shots on than just the one zoomed in shot on a hog. So really that's as far as a negative, that's really what I found out. Now, the IR Illuminator, people talk about, can they see it? Does it affect the animals? Is it going to run them off, or does it scare them off? The hogs that I saw in this scope, the deer that I looked at through this scope, they all saw the red light. I mean, it was undeniable. They noticed it, they saw it, they looked at it. I've had hogs, and this is at 50 yards, but they would grunt at me like they were a little suspicious because of that red light, but nothing scared off an animal. That red light from that illuminator did not scare off a hog. It didn't scare off a deer, and I didn't have any issue with it. I mean, they were aware of it. They were kind of looking at it, checking it out, but it did not scare anything off. So I do want to bring that to your attention. So really, that's the only thing that I can point to as far as that I would change. Sensitive objective focus ring, the fact that it starts out on 4.5 magnification, and that goes with the other RT models. The 4.5 by 42 non-S obviously starts out on a 4.5 power magnification. The 6.5 to 50S, that starts out on a 6.5 magnification, and obviously the 6.5 by 50 non-S starts out on 6.5, but that's just too much magnification to start with for me. But like I said, if you're hunting long, wide open areas, if you like to take a close zoomed in shot, it's perfect for you. And if you're taking a long shot, if the majority of your shots are 100 to 150 or 200 yards, this is perfect for you. If you're still interested in it and all your hunting's done up close at 50 yards, you may just need to back up a little bit, and that's not that difficult to do when you talk about the price range starting on this model right here at $549, going up to for the 6.5 by 50 non-S model, the top end of that is at $699. So that's still a great deal for all of you that are wanting to either get into digital night vision hunting for the first time, or if you're a repeat buyer of the Sightmark Photon or of another brand and you're looking to upgrade the digital night vision scope that you have right now. I really like the improvements that were made from this one, from the XT model. I'm a big fan of the internal video recorder, obviously, because I do that a lot here on YouTube. But this, for the money, for the $549, and really, like I said, the S models to me versus the non-S models, you could see further, the image was brighter, and it to me it looked better, which is great for all of us, because those are the less expensive models. So I'm going to put all the information. I know you saw a lot of stuff. This is a lot to go through because we're talking about 4 different models. Please, if you have any questions, comment to the video. I'll answer you back. Next week, you're going to see actually some kill shots with the Sightmark Photon RT. And also, please, if you get a chance, you have any other questions, or you want to check out this this product online, I'm going to link to it through Outdoor Legacy Gear, where you can go and click directly over to this scope and check it out from their website. And also, you can call them. Jason over there at Outdoor Legacy Gear, great guy. He'll answer all your questions and he'll help you out as much as you can. He'll take as much time as you need. So I appreciate you joining me this week. Like I said, next week we're going to have some kill shots with this bad boy. And as always, man, good luck in the fields. Keep making those bacon pancakes. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. I'm excited about testing the brand new PTS 736. This is the new FLIR top end scope. Not too many people have got a chance to get their hands on this or even review it. And I am one of the lucky few that is going to get to test this thing out for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm excited about it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. All you got to do is click over here, man. If you want to check out more videos, just click right here. And please don't forget to check me out on Instagram at HansETX. Y'all take care. Keep making them bacon pancakes, y'all.